Final update. My parents left me at a gas station as a joke. Let's see how long it takes him to get home, they said. I never went back. 20 years later, they finally found me this morning, 39 missed calls. Part 3. Edit. My aunt mom's sister who took me in, just called. She's proud of me. That means more than revenge ever could. Final update. First, thank you all for the support on my previous posts. Never thought my story would get this much attention. What happened in the last few days? Well, let's just say karma finally caught up with them. After I bought their house at the auction, legally through my company, my parents, Gerald and Denise, completely lost it. They started calling every single relative, telling them how their ungrateful son was throwing them out on the street. Thing is, they didn't expect me to have proof of everything. Remember those old Nokia phones that could record calls? I kept one from back then, and had their prank recorded. I saved them laughing as they drove away, saying, let's see how long it takes him to get home. I kept it all these years. I also had a whole folder of old birthday cards with lovely messages like, maybe if you weren't such a disappointment. I saved up 20 years of documented emotional abuse, all neatly organized. Yesterday morning, I mass emailed everything to the entire family. Every single relative got to hear that recording, see those cards, and read the text messages. By noon, my sister Sabrina called me crying. Turns out, dear old mom and dad, had been painting a very different picture all these years. They told everyone I ran away because I was on drugs. Classic, but here's where it gets good. Remember how I said I was going to demolish their house? Well, I did exactly that. Had the permits ready and everything. Called them to come watch. They showed up with my Aunt Lola, thinking she would talk some sense into me. Instead, they got front row seats to watching their precious house get torn down. Mom was screaming about her garden, and Dad was threatening to sue. With what money, Gerald? I stood there drinking my coffee, watching them lose it. 20 years of their abuse, gone in 2 hours. The look on their faces when the bulldozer went through Mom's prize-winning rose garden. Priceless, but I wasn't done. See, that land is actually in a decent location. Instead of some fancy development, I'm building affordable housing, 20 units, reasonable rent, priority given to single parents and their kids. I've already got the plans approved. The best part.